Well, hello everyone. Steve Smotry is here with another one of our one-on-one Zoom interviews. And today I am joined by a really good friend of Cunard who's really helped us a lot in the last year or so, Bob Witeck. Bob, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Steve. It's good to see your healthy, smiling face. Thank you for having me.
Great. Yeah, it's great to have you. And how have you been handling the whole stuck at home, working from home, and how's it been going for you?
Oh, we're adhering to all the protocols. We're adhering to the safe rules, and those are not onerous. But I have to say, my God, my heart leaps when I look at pictures of our past travel. I think back to the Queen Mary last fall when we were on it. We had so many exciting adventures on the road and in the air and on the sea,
Yeah.
and we'd love to have those back. And I am, really eager for the day when those come back to us.
Yeah, I think we're all anxious to get out there. So especially all of those of us who love travel so much, like our travel advisor partners out there. So Bob, maybe you could share a little bit about your background and your expertise and how you've been a pivotal role for Cunard in the last year.
Steve, thank you. My background is primarily strategic communications. What I have done in the first part of my career, I was on Capitol Hill working in the political and policy environment. However, about 26 years ago, I decided my heart lie with trying to create a marketing and communications business that's wrapped around LGBTQ travel and commerce. What I have thought is that as a gay man, a professional, I often felt that we were very uh, committed, very integrated into the business of America. And in fact, we were employed by major companies. We are households everywhere. And I just felt that business did not have a deep, deep or respectful grasp of the economic potential. And I wanted to make sure we try to create that. So when I opened my doors 26 years ago, I started consulting with major companies like American Airlines, Marriott, IBM, to try to help frame the business case for them.
That's great. And I think it's one of the reasons we found you because we saw such a great potential of that audience and an affinity for actually the Cunard brand with that audience. And so what have your findings been working with us? And, and I know you and your husband had a milestone on board Queen Mary too.
We did. My husband, Bob, we shared the first name. We were getting ready for our 25th anniversary of our life together. In fact, we had, at the same time, we were getting married 5 years ago. So what better way to recognize that relationship than like many other couples do is take a once in, well, I hope not once in a lifetime, but once in many lifetimes journey on the Queen Mary from New York to Southampton. And we were never disappointed. The thing that I always worry, some of us are type A, and we worry that we're going to get bored or we're going to have run into what to do. And I found that 7 days was not enough. I mean, there were so many things going on. We had great dining, obviously, but also the spa, the walk around the deck, the lectures, the programs, the concerts. We actually took part in one of those spectacular programs that the British National Symphony Orchestra presents
Right.
during this cruise. And we're invited to sing along with the chorus on a production of Amazing.
Incredible. Incredible.
How can you not mark that as a high point of your life? It was amazing.
Once in a lifetime opportunities like that.
Absolutely. Right? Plus a great library. I'm a book nut too. And
Yeah.
I have 80,000 books in the library. To me, I thought, oh, well, I can go around the world several times before I even dent this.
That's great. I'm so glad you enjoyed the experience, and we were really excited to host
it,
especially to help you celebrate such a significant milestone. It's incredible.
Amazing, just amazing. And also the images and stories I shared, because so many people told me, Steve, what you won't surprise you. They all said, I do that. That's my bucket list.
Yep.
Get ready, get going, get sailing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I know you have a long partnership with the Harris poll, and there's some really interesting findings that you've recently shared with us. Could you share that with our child advisor partners?
Absolutely. Interestingly, about 22 years ago, we approached the Harris poll to embark on some pioneering data collection. They had never, or no surveys or market research had never focused on segmenting LGBTQ identified adults. We said it was past time. They agreed. And so we began working with them to try to look at consumer attitudes, behaviors, preferences. And you won't be surprised to learn that many of these things are mirrored by non-LGBTQ people. I mean, we have the same sort of passions in life for many things, but there's a difference, especially about travel, I discovered over many years, is that there's a stronger need or appetite for travel among LGBTQ people. In fact, after 9/11, and then after the 2009 recession, gay people, gay, lesbian, bisexual people disproportionately affirmed or confirmed their need to travel more than others. And we just actually were in the field again about 2 weeks ago and reported the new data that, gay people are not uncautious. They're always going to be mindful of the state of play. You know, what's science tell us? How do we make ourselves safe when we travel the world at all?
Yeah, countries that are more welcoming, probably, right?
Well, we're always aware that no matter what, no matter the destination, you have safety issues that you unique to your relationship, and you need to be cautious anyway. But in this case, the powerful thing I found is that the LGBTQ respondents, and it was an over 2,000 adult survey weighted according to US demographics, but we oversampled LGBTQ people and came up with roughly 11% of the sample were LGBTQ identified. So when we break it down, they were more comfort to travel, felt more secure that with the new procedures, new protocols, that we would be made safe, and disproportionately said they were ready to travel sooner and more distant than other people. In fact, I would say this on cruises, they actually reported 31% said they'd be comfortable very soon taking a cruise, when 23% of non-LGBTQ people. So they have a higher confidence that being on the seas again matters to them, which I'm excited by.
And especially in this environment, consumer confidence, everybody's looking for that. What is it going to take to get people more confident? And so, it's possible that, that audience is already been kind of encountered those kind of challenges in the past, or thought it through. And now the rest of the world is kind of doing that right now.
And having, for many older, especially my generation, older gay men and lesbians, familiar with the AIDS crisis, we learned to navigate the world living with risk, but also being mindful that there were safety precautions that worked for us.
Right.
And, over time, we became emboldened by believing that science was our partner or friend, and that we could still live our lives, as we wish to. We could still be independent. We could still travel the world. We could still enjoy our lives in community. I think that's a very important medicine for everybody to take.
Very much so.
To say, we're going to be careful, but we're also going to be not deterred to do the things in life that we want.
It's a greght point, Bob. I was interested in what sort of tips that you might have for our travel advisor partners for, tapping into the LGBTQ community and audience that are interested in cruising and traveling.
Well, the one thing I know you're doing now, you're heightening and already performing advanced cleanliness standards and sanitization. LGBTQ people just need to learn what those are. They need to be well informed, because one, we are oversharers. Once we learn something, we tend to share it with everybody we know. And social media and friend networks are really vital. So remember that when you do it, share it widely, give it to influencers, and make sure that they're sharing it, which they will do. The power, the second thing I would say too, Steve, is the power of imagery. All of us are sort of lost in the dream of travel, but LGBTQ people disproportionately love Instagram. They love Facebook and even Twitter, and they're sharers of imagery of both wonderful places they've been or places they hope to go. And they also want to have a conversation among us all about how best to do that. So they're looking for advice. Very connected, very much a digital comfort, and again, an oversharer. And then I think also I've been very active for over 20 years in the LGBTQ chambers and the business networks. For all of our friends and sales leaders in the community, I think that if they are involved in any way with a business network, they discover again that network of trusted communication among peers, them that they're committed to the community and they want to be part of it. So I think they can play roles in local chambers and the national chamber too.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. You know, and now everybody being home, I think, you know, finding fresh ideas, finding new ways to reach different audiences. I've heard great stories from advisors who are really, they didn't have the time before, but now they've really taken the time to find out how they can branch out their own business. So I think those are great tips for them.
Right. And you know, Steve, you have two important reputation markers too that Cunard and Carnival own. You have perfect scores in the LGBT community on the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index. That signals to the consumer that you get it and that you believe in equity and equality. And then second, you have become members of the International Gay Lesbian Travel Association.
Absolutely.
You're pedal to the metal now.
Right.
To jumpstart destinations and travel leaders to begin to prepare. And that's what they're trying to do. They're giving voice to it and data to it, and also educating the public that we've got to look forward and we can't look behind. That's very important. We've got to keep everybody's spirit enthusiastic and ready.
Well, those relationships I know have been a huge priority for the whole Carnival Corporation, and in particular us here at Cunard. So, and again, your partnership has been instrumental in us and helping us grow in that capacity. So Bob, just to finish up.
Steve, you've had, pardon me, I was going to say you've had a wonderful 180-year run.
Absolutely.
Get in the way of that.
No way, we're going to keep moving
through global conflicts and everything else that's hit you. We're going to get through the seas on this one too, and I know it's going to happen.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, and you know that's what we need, that confidence. And I think we're all seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, things are starting to open. And you know, we're excited to kind of know what the next evolution of cruising is going to be, and we know people are passionate about it, and it's going to happen.
Yes. Thank you for your leadership here, and thank you for including me today.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for your time and all the great information you shared with our partners out there.
Thanks, my friend.
Have a great one.
You too.